Yes, I am live according to YouTube. Hopefully that means it's working. And yeah, so we're going to jump in some Overwatch. Let me put the volume on, because the volume's on. It's pretty quiet at the moment. Don't know if you guys can actually hear the game. That's strange. I should really do a sound check before I play. I wonder why the sound. Ah, there we go. There we go, there's some sound. Finish my placements for support and then we'll go from there. But anyways, whilst we're waiting for a match, I watched the highlights of the Cowboy versus Connor match. It's only 40 seconds and Connor starched him. Pretty savage, to be honest. Really savage. Connor used his shoulder in the clinch to really mess up Cowboy and messed up his nose. And Cowboy's just not very good at taking facial damage. Again, I don't think many people are good at getting hit in the face, in fairness. But yeah, he was struggling, and yeah, he got whacked with some vicious head kick. Just clipped him. That's too loud. I don't like this. And yeah, took him out. So that was that. I hope he fights Masvidal soon. Next. Oh, what a waste, man. He took Moira. Oh, dead characters as well on this team. I like playing Baptiste. He's good. He's a good player. And I'm going to finish the Iran series today, I think. I'm going to do the final video today. It's going to be up today or tomorrow evening at the latest. And it looks like it's going to head towards a stalemate anyways. No one wants to fight. Really. Iran won't last in a war. Well, the Iranian regime won't last in a long war. Because the US is just too powerful. And, you know, I don't think Russia and China will step in that case, because then you are asking for World War III. But what they'll do is they'll just back Iranian forces with weapons and stuff. China will probably do the same. And what they'll do is they can take out, say, the Ayatollah and you know, top government officials. But then what you're entering there would be potentially a guerrilla war. I mean, the US could just pull out straight away. You know, kill the Ayatollah and leave, and then you leave essentially a failed state. Like it's kind of what happened in Libya, I guess, because you have the Libyan model, in which you kill the leader, or the leader is dead, and then you back away. Oh, get lost, you waste man. Yeah, scumbag's dead now. So you got the Libyan model. Oh no. So you've got the Libyan model, and you got the Iraqi model. So you got one model is you stay in the country and then you help them out, and the other model is you get rid of the leader, or you know the leader is gone, and you back out, and then what one leads to a failed state, and the other leads to wherever Iraq is, a very weakened government, fractured. Oh, they've been hit with Anna's bomb. Come on, Devo. And so those are the two. Bro, just get out. Oh, stupid bomb. And so those are the two models you can have. Which one Western forces will go for? I don't know, because Trump. Bro, I swear, one more ice wall. I don't know, because Trump ran on a campaign of getting the troops out. So if he invades Iran now, you know, that's something that whoever the potential nominee is could push him on that. Unless Bernie or Warren. Oh crap. Oh, what scumbag. Imagine attacking the white mage. If it's Bernie Warren, they could tag him on it. Also Biden could, but then Biden generally supported war, so yeah, I mean what Trump's angling for is essentially a Trump deal. Like he wants the sort of the praise that Obama got, where he basically unified you know, the European countries, so France, Germany and England, or the UK, and Iran, to agree to some sort of, oh crap, the wrong neighborhood. No. Oh, scumbag. I should use my regen thing. So Obama did a great thing with the Iran nuclear deal. Anyways, he managed to get everyone to agree to something. He got a lot of the sanctions lifted off Iran, so it helped the Iranian economy out quite a lot. And now we see that because the sanctions have been put back in place, see a lot of riots. And you've got to think, right? These sort of dictators, when they leave, what are they going to be replaced by, right? And if we look at Libya, and that's something else. Oh, come on, man, bruh. If we look at Libya now, was it better under Gaddafi, or is it better now? And the answer's got to be, it's better under Gaddafi. Libya now is a failed state. That's where a lot of the refugees and migrants come from in towards Europe. It's mainly off Libya, and it's that coast has been hijacked by essentially pirates and smugglers who charge people a lot of money to get into boats into Western countries. And so if Gaddafi was still there, would this sort of stuff be happening? I'm not sure. I mean, they were selling bloody AA weapons on Facebook. You know, a lot of the weaponry that was left by Western forces. Oh, why are you playing hands with, you absolute idiot? You get no healing. Don't heal snipers. A lot of the weaponry that was used has been sold essentially on the black market by I guess you'd call them the Libyan Liberation Army, or the anti-Gaddafi forces. I don't want to give them a cool name. We'll call them the anti-Gaddafi forces. So yeah, I mean, if you go to war with Iran, what you're going to have? You're either going to have an Iraq 2.0, which is going to be a lot more expensive because Iran, the size of Iran is much more vast. As a nation state that can't defend itself in a hostile region, let's not forget. In a very hostile region, or you're going to have a Libya 2.0, which is a failed state, a failed pirate state in which both are worse than the status quo, I guess. Oh, I swear, absolute scumbags kidding me for the third time this game. So the question is, which one do you really want at that point? Or you can have what you have now, which is a regime that gets involved in proxy wars, but isn't as dangerous as it could be, I guess. And if you look at the two countries mentioned, ISIS grew out of the ashes of basically Iraq. Imagine playing Moira and being bad. How are you bad at playing Moira? Oh, that's my mum in the background, brilliant. So yeah, I mean, the choice is really yours. I mean, you can have status quo, which isn't what anyone wants. I mean, I don't really want countries to have more nuclear weapons. We should be moving. Come on, man. Be in your room or something. Very rude interruption. So you can have the status quo, which is a country that gets involved in proxy wars, because you're not going to get some sort of Western democracy in Iran. It's not going to happen. Not in our lifetime. Because they tried it in each country. They tried it and it failed. Each country they tried to help a revolution and failed. Which Middle Eastern country that the US actually got involved in, or Western forces got involved in, to actually do one? Oh great, they got mercy, phenomenal. What the? Oh, someone shot the regen. So yeah, which kind of model, would you want at that point? Would you want status quo? You could go back to the Iran nuclear deal, which is probably the best situation to be in, or you could go to a Libya model. But no, it's not smart. I don't know. You tell me if anyone's actually listening to this one. What would you do? You can go back to Trump might get berated slightly, but what he's going to try and do is going to try and do his own style his own style deal, which will be very similar to what Obama did. Like he did with NAFTA, like he did. Yeah, I mean that's the best example we have really. That's the only thing Trump I think has renegotiated. NAFTA, and what is the USMCA apart from something that sounds ridiculous? Sounds like the YMCA. It sounds like the YMCA, you know, some sort of children's club. Yeah, you know, you're gonna get that. USMCA, which is a joke because it does help workers' rights, but it doesn't address, as Bernie Sanders said, it doesn't address anything to do with climate change. It doesn't change a lot either. So you've got essentially whichever Dems vote for this deal, essentially giving Trump a lot of good press, and it's a big giveaway to Big Pharma, who are going to benefit greatly from this. And I guess the only benefit to the US is that it opens up the Canadian dairy market. But it's not massive, and you know, it's not a massive change. You know, Trump saying that, you know, NAFTA is one of the worst things to happen to America. All you've done is a slightly better version of it. If you've taken 0 to 1, it's still terrible. Sure, you've improved it, but you haven't got much out of it. Especially since it took a lot of effort to get those 3 leaders into a room and to agree a deal. The New Mexican leader and Justin Trudeau. So yeah, if he does like a revised Iran deal, you know, is it going to benefit them that much? I'm not sure. Because a lot of his supporters, you know, like the people like John Bolton will be like, nah man, you backed out, you know, we wanted a proper hot war with Iran, we didn't want no soft deal. So he's going to have that problem. There's going to be a lot of naysayers. I mean, he could cave to what Iran wants. He could pull a Boris Johnson and basically give Iran what they want. So yeah, I don't know, it's very confusing. No, sure into your little ice thing. Oh, get out! Should have stopped her. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'll do a proper video on this today or tomorrow and talk about possible outcomes, because a hot war is very unlikely, extremely unlikely, purely because no one wants it. You know, you can't really have a fight between 2 people if no one wants to fight. Oh, I should have healed him already. How, you know what I mean, like, so it's very unlikely it's going to happen. The only way it's going to happen is if by accident. So if so example, or maybe not accident, but say if one of the Iranian proxies does damage and the US is like, no, we've had enough of this, and they escalate tensions from there, that's a strong possibility. But is it likely to happen? I don't think so. Especially seeing as now Trump has said all we can do is sanctions. So, lol, get wrecked, you scrubs. Scrubs. No, you don't want it, fam. You don't want it. I should do my job as a healer. And so that's Trump's option there. So if we go through these one by one, it'll probably be easiest actually. So he can carry on with the path he's on now. Oh, yeah, he can carry on with what he's doing now. So increase sanctions, and him offering a potential site of a deal, but the Iranians using sane pride, saying, "Nah, we don't need you." All right. So that's one option. Right? Another option is they come back to the negotiating table. Iran can hold out until... Oh, come on, man. Why do you go for Reinhardt, scumbag? So another option is they come to the negotiating table and they ask for some sanction relief in exchange for that. And they wait out Trump for another president to come in. And they hope that, say, the next president who comes in, which will be a Democrat, say, we'll say Bernie, even Biden. The only one will be, which could be different, is Klobuchar, but she's got no chance of winning, really. She does not have a lot of support. Why are you running for? I'm trying to heal you, idiot. Put your shield up, big man. That mercy. Oh, just getting no traction out here, man. Oh, I took her out, yes. Where are you, little man? Nah! Bruv, kill him then! Oh, I'm not having the best of games. We've got time for one more, I think, after this one, because this game has been terrible. So yeah, options. So option 1, carry on as is. Option 2, Iran tries to wait out, potential the US election, hopes a new leader comes in, goes from there. Option C, say Trump wins re-election, and Iran renegotiates a Iran nuclear deal, Trump edition. That was terrible. Trump edition. And so Trump gets the... Oh crap, pressed the wrong button. Great. Oh man. Oh, that sucks. So Iran launches 2.0. Iran nuclear deal 2.0, and then we go back to the situation pre-Trump basically. Yeah, it's kind of hard to structure this without a proper format. But anyway, so we've got that one. So back to the Obama era of the deal. Another possibility would be that the Iranian the current Iranian regime are overthrown and a new regime takes over. One that would be maybe more Western, less Western. I don't know what would happen in that situation. It depends on how much they blame the West for the sanctions and all the problems they had, and how much they blame the regime. Because if it's the case that people believe, oh yeah, we did need a nuclear deterrent, and that so therefore the sanctions were fine. It's just the people we don't like, the leaders we don't like. That's one thing. But if they believe that we were wrong to go for a nuclear missile and the sanctions were the right thing to do, then if they believe that, sorry, I'm distracted. If they believe the sanctions were the right thing to do, then you might get a more pro-Western government. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities with that. So I'll do a proper video breakdown of it, because you've got not a multiverse of things that could happen, but you do have quite a few things that could happen. I do like some of these new skins, because it all depends on what Trump's endgame is and what the Iranian government want, because they don't want to look like cowards either, and they're facing a lot of internal problems. The Ayatollah came out recently. He did a speech where he talked about unity being needed. So I think he's scared. He's scared that a genuine riot will break out, because they did spray down people with tear gas. TYT were talking about potentially a rumor of using live ammunition. It's like when you use live ammunition on protesters, you're done at that point. You're going to find it very hard to come back, because tear gas is one thing, but using live ammunition, essentially you're putting people to death or very close to that. You're going to be very unpopular within the country you live in, whichever leader. And a lot of the leaders that do use live rounds, a flashpoint emerges, because you're essentially asking a military or an armed police force to attack its own citizens. And it doesn't, I couldn't think of a lot of examples of it, but it does remind me of Bloody Sunday in Russia. I think it was 1905 when there was the 1905 revolution. And so the Russian army, I think, were ordered. There were some protesters kind of going towards the palace, and so someone ordered live ammunition to be used, and people were killed. And it approached a flashpoint where I think the Tsar eventually gave concessions. My Russian history is not the best, because I haven't studied it since A level, which is probably about 5-6 years ago. But yeah, using live rounds on people, it's just not a smart idea. You can get away with tear gas because it's non-lethal. Generally, I don't think many people die from tear gas, but using live rounds, not a good idea. So I think the Ayatollah, he's scared. Oh, no. That's funny. Light her up. Oh my days. Oh, I've just switched to Moira. I like playing Zenyatta, but he's not as good. They've nerfed him too much. They've nerfed him way too much. So yeah, anyways, like I was saying, he's very... I wonder what his favourability is like in Iran, because I reckon among younger people he's not very popular. So it'd be interesting to see that, because he's not there by popular demand. He's a dictator, the Ayatollah. Hassan Rouhani, I believe he's voted in, but he doesn't have an insane amount of power. But the Iran nuclear deal was done against the Ayatollah's wishes anyways, because he doesn't support Western forces, he doesn't believe in them. I'll go for the Mercy again. Generally don't like having to attack healers. I'm in him. Oh my. What's my team doing, man? I just don't get what these guys do. Peak. So yeah, this game's gonna be a walkover as well. This is savage. So yeah, he's not very popular. So I don't think much will happen with him. Yeah, I'm still alive. Still awful as well.
I lost rank 5.
Did you? Or you lost rank completely, or you lost A rank?
I lost rank. No, I lost the match completely, that's why.
Did you?
Yeah. I didn't realise it was counting dash.
What's the counter?
Uppercut.
Lol, someone landed that uppercut on you.
Someone landed part 12 and stuff on me.
How do you even do uppercuts in that game?
I don't know, that's what annoyed me. Imagine, yeah, you took down 2 characters, you still had all 2 characters.
Oh my days, you
I took them down to bar for bar. Like, this bitch health on each character. Oh, it's so pissed. I just ran out of key.
Key is very important in that kind of game. So going back to what I was talking about, he's not the most popular, and he's there by essentially the military backing him. So yeah, I cast a lot of doubt on what TYT said there, and they shouldn't have mentioned it without adding a metric ton of salt. Really. But anyway, so it's going to be interesting to see, because if the sanctions aren't now, so Iran essentially they don't have a long time, because the elections are 2020s this year, and the new president's inaugurated next year. I think it's February, so there won't be a new president until next February. And if they come in, say, within the next month, so March for example, and they go back to the I think it's called the JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal, it's going to be a rough year for any Iranians, a very rough year, because essentially they could be overthrown. Someone's typing in Russian there, I have no idea. No toxic. Oh my god. Oh crap, that was a stupid thing for me to do. I'm gonna go back to Baptiste or something like that. Well done, you healing. Who would have thought that? These games have been savage, you know. It's smashed. Yeah, I think so. I think it's been picked for about 20 minutes. He said an hour, so. Yeah. It's 10 to 3. Oh yeah, I'll be done with this game by then. I'm just gonna change. Someone killed a Mercy. Go heal him, man. That's what I don't like about the hamster. He just floats around. Point. So, anyways, I think that'll just about wrap up Iran for this conversation. Anyways, I did see the NHS is in an absolute state. So, Matt Hancock, our health secretary, he was saying that they might just get rid of A&E targets altogether because he can't reach him, and it's embarrassing every time. Every time A&E targets come out, the government looks stupid because they've been in charge for 10 years. Yeah, they've been in charge for 10 years, right? Or just under 10 years. And they've just struggled to meet A&E targets. They even lowered it from, I think they want 90% of patients to be seen within 4 hours, right? And so they had to change that to 80%. Right, and now he's saying we're going to get rid of it because we can't do it. Why can't you do it, Matt Hancock? I wonder why. Is it because you've massively cut funds, you idiot? You know, it's ridiculous. You know, they get away with this sort of stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous that he gets away with this. Yeah, come back here, Jesse, man. You don't want this. Okay, how the real gunslinger rolls. Great, we've got Farah. Absolutely moved. You don't deserve to win if you have a Farah. You don't deserve it. Oh, that's some flying there. Hurry up, Sigma. Walk quicker. Oh. And so, yeah, so that's embarrassing. Matt Hancock is an absolute... He's one of the most embarrassing politicians I've seen. And it's just... Whatever people watch now, you're just not learning a lot. Question time is a farce. Really is. It's about who can talk over the other person loudest. And I saw... you see a lot of Twitter beef. Like, I've gotten involved in a bit of it. I had a really interesting... I can't remember his name now. Hayden Prowse, I think his name is. He was on the Revolutionary Televised. Honestly, I love that show so much. But how those two got press credentials, I will never know. For some of the events that they managed to go to, like they had a lot of really good political satire, and I'm gonna do a video on that. So I spoke to the guy, and it was a really interesting conversation on Twitter, where basically he was saying that Trump could have played a blinder here by killing Soleimani. Well, he could have got a bit of luck in that one with the plane, but basically Iran, they can't retaliate. They've got rid of, you know, one of Iran's genius generals, the guy who's orchestrated their military. Get lost, Farah. Why do people have to play Farah for? It ruins the game. Broken. And so he's taken out Iran's top general, and Iran's biggest bit of retaliation was attacking a military base with essentially no one in it. You know, that's a weak retaliation right there. But obviously Iran was handicapped, you know. Go away. Oh no. I'm frying pan into the fire. Let them up. Come get some. Oh, that's terrible. So frustrating. I have to go soon as well, so I think I'll call it for this one. There'll be some more videos. Oh, I imagine the Orisa getting play the game as well. That's shocking. But yeah, there'll be some more videos. I'm gonna try and cover the Matt Hancock thing this week as well. Like, the thing is, news moves quickly, and it's kind of, because I'm always behind. It's always a bit frustrating to figure out what's worth covering and what's not worth covering. Do you reckon I'll have enough time for a quick play?
5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're done. Take 5 minutes to find a quick play.
That's true. That's only because you play attacking though.
Attacking?
Yeah.
I'll play whatever. Anyway. Oh no, wait. I stopped playing Overwatch.
Yeah. I
was going to say as well. You know, oh wait, you still live streaming?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Why?
Because, like, literally negative 2 people are going to watch us anyways.
Fine, I'll rather tell you after.
Alright, whatever. So I'm going to call it that. That was embarrassing. I think I should have played League. That's peak. But I'll see you in the next one.
You're getting smashed.
Yeah, that's Zubi, scumbag. Yeah, you're still here. Yeah, you're scumbag, Zubi.